Welcome back, guys, to this Google Analytics course. Next, I want to walk you through a case study of how starting from a specific, as we learned before, sold a $5,000 sign with just $56 in marketing outlay. So we followed just one principle, which is super important to sell the sign. That's start from specific, then slowly increase the breadth of your targeting. So we were specific in two different ways. First, with our location targeting. We focused on just 2 of the 50 states in the United States of America that were nearby the company we were working for, which is a sign company. With a bid of just $1 on Google AdWords, meaning the cost we're paying per click to our website, we were only getting about 4 to 5 impressions per day. So this strategy by itself did not work. But then we increased the breadth of targeting until we got 12 clicks per day at about $1 each still. So it only took 56 clicks to generate a $5,000 sale of a sign. The reason it was so important to start from just those 2 locations is that by being more specific about the location targeting, we can focus in our advertising messaging on something that the locations will know pretty well that maybe other locations don't, and then already establish trust there and plus have more familiarity. So we're kind of leveraging what these kind of regions will already know. This is a strategy that you can repeat too, but just starting from a very specific location targeting. Do some research about which areas might be best for your niche, and then from there, build and slowly increase the breadth of your targeting. And so the next thing that we did was we played with specificity in ad groups. So for 2 different kind of ad groups in AdWords, we had one where we brought them to a page where they picked the type of sign they were interested in. For example, neon signs. And then we brought them to another where we picked this type of sign for them. So for example, if the advertisement said neon sign, we brought them to a page with neon signs. Because the second ad was more specific, it was more likely to generate a sale. Few people will search super specifically on Google, Bing, or Yahoo without some intent to make a purchase. And once again, as we're making these changes, we can monitor the data in Google Analytics. Now, I can't disclose exactly what the results in Google Analytics were for this particular campaign, as that's kind of confidential information. But one of the kind of key things that we saw was that bringing them to the more specific page did increase the bounce rate slightly. But what it did also was increase the average time on page. So we kind of played around with which one was more worthwhile. That is a lower bounce rate, which we've already looked through the math that can really help us with lowering the cost per sale, or increasing the average time on page, which just means we have the user looking at more and more of our information. Because remember, the average time on a page is, for 55% of internet users, is less than 15 seconds. So the takeaway from this kind of campaign is start from specific. Don't try to boil the ocean. Start small and expand your targeting if there's no response, measuring the response with what? Bounce rate, average time on page, using Google AdWords until there is a response. That's it for this lecture, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.